guys, it's May 25th, 2024, and unfortunately, I tried to do a live video, and that did not pan out. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that tried to hop in and join in. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for hanging in there as long as you guys did. I'm sorry to waste your time. I was on there for like 18 minutes trying to get it to work out, and my internet was just not cooperating today. It was just not going to happen. And like I've said, they run the high-speed internet here. The wire has been ran to the house. They've got the box hooked up to the back of the house. All I'm waiting on them to do is come and connect the cable to the inside of the house, to run it in the house, and then connect the modem so that we can have our internet. And I don't know when they're going to come out here. We have already tried contacting them multiple times for them to finish setting us up. They did the hard part. Now they all have to do is just hook up the modem and we'll be sailing. And when that happens, there won't be any more of this lagging or any of that kind of stuff. And I'll be doing a live video every single week once I get the high-speed internet set up. My kids are done with their sports. Yesterday was the last, not yesterday, I'm sorry, the day before was the last, Thursday night was the last of the games for my kids. Actually, both of my children, they won their championships. So that was really awesome to see. Actually, my son's soccer game that night, that went on. We didn't get home until almost 10 o'clock that night. The other team was not happy that they lost. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just sports. I mean, you know, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But it was really cool to you know, for my son to get to win that game. He was really excited about that. My youngest son, he played soccer as well and football. In his tournament for his championship game was Thursday afternoon or evening for their football, and they won too. They play flag football. I'm sorry. But anyway, live didn't work out today. I don't really have a subject matter to talk about, but I just wanted to come on here and just say thank you so much. And I really do apologize the live didn't work out today. I have been wanting to do a live now for quite some time, and it hasn't worked out. Yesterday I got home from my kid. My oldest son's awards day was yesterday at school, and we got home yesterday. My wife and I were just wiped out. I mean, just so tired. And when we got to the house, it started thunderstorms, started pouring raining here, and my wife and I just laid down in the bed and we're like, we're just gonna lay down, turn on the TV, get a little snack to eat, and just take a break for a little bit and rest while it's raining. And we didn't think it was gonna last that long. Well, next thing you know, I woke up, it was like 9 o'clock last night. Still raining, still thunderstorms, and you guys know how that can be when there's thunderstorms and rain outside. It will make you sleep like a baby. And I just said, you know what, I'm going back to sleep. And I just drank a protein shake, went back to sleep, and slept the whole entire night. And I'm like feeling great today. I've got tons of rest. I was like super excited about doing this live today because I actually felt really good. But you know, it is what, I guess it just wasn't meant to happen for whatever reason. I'm not gonna get all bent out of shape about it. It's just life. But back in the day when I was a drinker, man, I would have been really upset if things didn't work out the way they were supposed to. I probably would have slammed something on the ground. But it is what it is. Just, you know, things just don't always work out. It's just part of life. But while I'm on here today, you know, it is Memorial Day weekend, and you know, following up with yesterday's video, don't forget, you know, that, you know, why you're here, why you've gotten sober, why you're trying to get sober, you know, and these are the tough times, like this weekend, trying to get, you know, through the weekend and stay sober. There's going to be events going on, people going to the lake, to the beach, you know, people inviting you over for a barbecue, for a party, all kinds of stuff like that. And if it's a place where you know that people are going to be drinking at, you know, is it worth going there? Is it worth putting yourself into that temptation? You know, are you at a point yet where you really can say no and be comfortable with that? Are you in a place where you're going to be comfortable around people drinking, smelling the alcohol, you know, watching people continue to consume and drink? And you guys know as well as I do, especially if you go to a party or a big get-together, people start drinking. You know, as people start to drink, the more and more they drink, the louder they get, the more excited people get. And that can be really frustrating when we're trying to stay sober. And, not saying anything bad about any, people having a good time or whatever like that, because they are. But it can be really frustrating when you're trying to remain sober and you see people are having a good time. And hey, yeah, they're having a great time right now, but I'll bet you tomorrow morning they're not going to be having a good time. They're going to wake up tomorrow morning or Monday morning and they're going to spend their whole entire day nursing their hangover. Do you really want to be there? Do you really want to deal with that? First thing you do when you wake up in the morning is, go grab your aspirin or Advil or Tylenol or whatever it is, because your head's splitting wide open. You can't eat anything because you feel like you're about to throw up. You're spending the morning on the toilet. You just feel horrible and your whole day's wasted. You've got all these plans that you were going to do. You're going to go out and, work on this project that you've been meaning to get done for the past month. And, it's your, you maybe had a 4-day weekend and you're like, I'm going to get this done. And then you go out the night before and you get tanked and you wake up the next morning and you spend the whole day laying in the bed nursing your hangover and just binging on Netflix or whatever. And that's just not a good time. Yeah, you might have had a couple of hours of fun the night before, but is it really worth, what you have to pay the next day? And then on top of it, the shame, the guilt that comes along with relapsing or drinking the night before, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Because not only are you gonna feel bad, but you're gonna be beating yourself up for doing it. And then you guys know as well as I do, any of you guys that are or were morning drinkers like I was, that hair of the dog is going to be screaming your name. And, why would you want to put yourself in that position to, have to fight that urge again? Those cravings come back tenfold, especially after you've drank the night before. It's so hard to not drink the next day. I know. Trust me, there were so many mornings I woke up and the only thing that ever worked to get rid of that hangover in a pinch was to have a beer or two or a couple liquor drinks. And what always ended up happening with me is, I'd have these great plans for the next day. I told my kids I'm going to take them on a bike ride or I'm going to take them kayaking or we're going to go on a hike or we're going to go do this or that. And then the next day I'd wake up and I'd feel horrible. And then I'd have to look at my kids and go, guys, I can't today. Dad doesn't feel well. And then I just let them down all over again. And the look on my kid's face when I would do that, like, there goes Dad breaking another promise again. It just tore me apart. And, I just struggled for so many years. I wanted to stop, but I couldn't. And, it's just not a good feeling when you have to do that. So just remember, going into this weekend, why you're sober, why you want to be sober, why you want to remain sober. There's a whole host of reasons why, and not including our health. It's just not worth it in the end. Alcohol destroys our bodies. It just comes through and just ravages our organs, our brain. It really does cause damage. There really isn't any, positive health benefits from alcohol. They said that for years, drinking red wine was good for your cardiovascular system. They've come back on all that now. And they're saying that there really isn't any positive outcomes from drinking alcohol. There really isn't. And it causes cancer, pancreas issues, liver problems, stomach problems, esophagus problems, mouth cancer. It just causes nothing but problems. And it feels good for a few minutes, and you're just back chasing that dragon again. It's the whole you want to get right there to that sweet spot, but you know how it turns out. You get right there, and our mindset always works in this pattern of, well, if 3's good, well, 20's great, and that's not always the case. Because we always, get right to where we feel great and we just keep going, and the next thing you know, we're bumping into walls, we can't walk correctly, we're slurring our words, and, then we pass out and wake up the next morning, and, I can think back so many times I woke up laying on the floor or in my car or in the yard, or I don't miss those days at all. Not at all. And these are the reasons why you do not want to, you know, give in this weekend. It's just a weekend, guys. It's going to go away. And before you know it, the weekend's going to be over and it'll be right back into the grind of the week, the work week all over again. And then you're going to look back and go, why did I do that? Was it worth it? Because it really wasn't at the end of the day. You know, going back in that period of time, you know, it's not like you're going to look back on it and go, man, I sure am glad that I drank on Saturday night. If anything, you're going to look back and go, I really wish I had not drank on Saturday night, or whatever night of the weekend that, you know, that you might do it. So with that said, guys, just remember, stay sober this weekend. There's a reason that you're here, and there's a reason that you want to be sober. Because at the end of the day, it's such a better life being sober, being free from the substance, whatever it is, and you know, just being productive, because you can get so much more done when we're not consuming, and you just feel so much better about yourself. It's freeing to not have those handcuffs on, and that's really what it's like. You know, being an addict to whatever it is, it's like being in a jail cell, and being in the jail cell with handcuffs on, because it completely restricts our life and our freedom. And why give in to that? It's just not worth it at the end of the day. But guys, I just wanted to make a quick little video today and just thank everybody for trying to join into the live. I really do apologize that it didn't work out. It's just the internet just was not going to allow it to happen today. But I also just wanted to do a quick little talk and just remind everybody why you're here, why you're sober, why you're getting sober, why you're staying sober, and don't give in. Don't give in to those thoughts. And if you get invited somewhere and you're thinking about it, you know, should I go? Trust your gut. Just trust your gut. If your gut tells you, you know, that you think you'll be okay, then go. But if you're really having second thoughts and you're going back and forth and you can't make up your mind, what's your gut telling you? Is it telling you probably shouldn't go? Don't go. Because if you really think that you might fold and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to maintain my sobriety when I go, listen to yourself, because that's yourself telling you, don't do it. Find something else to do. There's a ton of things that you can do that don't include alcohol. And yeah, you might miss out on a little event this weekend. No big deal. Come up with whatever excuse. You know, just say I'm sober and I just don't want to show up because I'm just not in a place yet with my sobriety where I think I could come along. You know, they might give you a hard time, they might not. And if they give you a hard time, think about that too. Are those the type of people that you want to be around? You know, if you let somebody know, hey, I can't show up this weekend because, you know, I'm not in a place yet in my sobriety where I feel comfortable coming to something like that. And if they give you a hard time, are those the type of people that you want to be around right now? But if they're understanding and go, I completely understand, you know, more power to you for trying to protect your sobriety. Hey, those are the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with, because those are supportive, you know, people that actually do love you and they care about your well-being. You know, and like I said, if they're giving you a hard time, like, come on, man, you can do it, and, you know, you're being a wimp or whatever, those aren't probably the type of people that you want to surround yourself with right now. At the end of the day, misery loves company, and a lot of people don't like being those people that drink alone. You know, and people do get threatened by our sobriety sometimes, you know, because it makes them take a hard look at themselves and their consumption amount, you know, what they're doing with themselves. But we can't worry about that. At the end of the day, we need to worry about us, ourselves, our health, and our sobriety, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing right now, is protecting our sobriety. So guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody stays sober this weekend. And remember, just trust your gut. You know what's best for you. That little person in the back of your head that's telling you don't go, listen to it. But don't listen to the one that's in the back of your head telling you that you'll be all right to have that one drink, because you know where it leads. You know, 1 leads to 20. And that's just how our brains work. But guys, like I said, I hope everybody has a great sober weekend this weekend. And don't forget, tomorrow's going to be the Talk of My Wife. I already saw some questions in there from last week. But if you guys have any questions for tomorrow, just please go back to last Sunday's video, throw them in the comments, and we'd be happy to answer them tomorrow. And with that said, guys, y'all have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.